Okay, health and wellness check-in for this past week, which ran Monday 20 to Sunday 26 November 2023. Today is Sunday 26 November 2023 as of filming this. So technically it would be the week of 20 November 2023. Okay. It was a calmer week socially, including spending Thanksgiving with my family, mentally pretty even, and physically a push week. So that's the introduction and week summary. For first category, social health. So I fed the critters all of their meals this week that they received meals. They did not get lunch or dinner on Thanksgiving because we were out of town. However, all of their meals, fed the critters all of their meals this week that they received. How about that? Okay. Interactions while walking, running. Yes. So there were people out and about. Friday, so the day after Thanksgiving for my walk run, there was out, and there were a bunch of like kids and parents and stuff, and it was like, I was like, what time is it again? And I've been leaving about like maybe 1:15 p.m. and it takes me about an hour, so about 2:15 p.m. you know, about like 2 o'clock I started seeing like all these kids and stuff. It was actually kind of through the whole thing, and I was like, what is it? And then I was like, oh yeah, people have the day off. And so there were a bunch of people out walking because it was a nice day. And then I did Thanksgiving with my family at my Grandma Connie's house. So it was Grandma Connie, my Aunt Danette, my sister Lindsey, and her husband Jake, Mom Susan, Dad David, and me, Tanis Coralee Leonhardi, plus a bunch of dogs. There were 5 dogs in addition to the 7 people. Okay. All right. Other outings and it was a good time. It was a good time, and yeah. All right, other outings with social interactions included Pot Doughnuts, a donut shop on Monday, Pot Doughnuts, a donut shop on Tuesday, Richmond Beach Library, a public library on Tuesday, The Little Store at Richmond Beach, a convenience store on Tuesday, Spud Fish and Chips, a fish and chips restaurant on Wednesday, and Richmond Beach Library, a public library on Friday. So it was calmer. There was Thanksgiving in there, so there was, it was kind of a 8:30 a.m. to what was it, like 4:30 p.m. that we spent driving up, having lunch and coming back kind of thing. So there was a big day in that kind of way. Yeah. All right, so mental. So next category, mental health. Even week, I did a good job of maintaining balance. Yes. Writing and photography on Yelp, I reached 32 written and published reviews for November 2023. I reached 398 written and published reviews for the 2023 year. It increased my all-time personal best for number of reviews in any one November, and it was previously 26 reviews from 2022. And then I also increased my personal best for any one calendar year. I reached 535 check-ins for the 2023 year per my tracking, which is a new all-time personal best for me for any one calendar year. Okay. Writing for Lucky Wallaby Courier. Eating/food, including restaurants. Yes. Wildlife, including naming and squirrels, learning to fly squirrel aircraft. Yes, I've been thinking about that a lot. Naming and how are they going to learn to fly airplanes? Is there going to be airport squirrel culture that emerges out of this too? Like, you know, Sunset School Park develops a runway and like little air squirrel terminals, and you can come and drop your squirrels off with their little suitcases, and they get on the airplane and take off. And like, how big of a space is necessary for squirrel aircraft, and who's going to teach them to fly? You know, Sarah Stroman, is she going to be the main pilot trainer and stuff, but is she going to have help? Is she going to start her own company for training squirrels? Who are her competitors going to be? That kind of thing. Okay. Hypothetical wedding planning also continued. That also, since this is a wedding that may come to be, I've also been working on physical placement of things. So, for example, unique to my supposed fly, at least currently, as filming this, the olive oil cake that I made on 26 February 2023, I'm going to put out a sweeties of per the Preppy Kitchen John Cannell recipe. So this is easily accessible. So if he wants to make it for the wedding cake or the reception dinner, but I think that's more of a wedding cake thing. instead of something else or in addition to something else, or he makes like 5 of them. It's easily accessible. Or if he arrives and he wants to make it and then decide, like, bake it, I guess that would be a reception bonus dessert or reception dessert, and then decide on if he wants to make it for the wedding or not. That's something he is interested in doing. So I have that easily accessible. So there's stuff like that as well as like physical, let me go film in a location to see if that would work. Is this going to be possible to film? Where would I film this for the reception? Dinner, dessert, like slicing the wedding cake. Where would we slice the wedding cake? So this is I'm thinking of this video itself, and so this would go into, I have a spreadsheet with a bunch of different, or a couple of spreadsheets, and then I have sheets within the spreadsheets. So this one would be categorized on, I guess, rehearsal, dessert, and reception, like dinner, reception, dessert, wedding cake. Those would be my classifications for this. Okay, anyway, moving on. Well, I did When I Moved to South Africa in 2012, Sunday last week, and then When I Moved to Albany, California in 2006, and some living stuff to October 2019. Yeah, it was fun to reflect on that, and I remember, yes, it might have been the last video I took in California was of a squirrel, and I was like, how, in hindsight, with having lived here now in Washington State for a while, funny how that last video, and like before I quit and moved, like a left kind of thing, pre-moving kind of, it's like funny how that storyline continued a little bit where it left off, so to speak. Okay, if I'm recalling correctly, the chronology there. And I remember taking the video too, and there's like some stuff, like thought processes there that have played out here in the backyard and stuff, and I was just kind of like, it's kind of fun to go back and see that, pick out stuff in some of the storylines that really turned out to matter, and were big at the time and are big now too, kind of thing. Running training over the holidays, yes, I've been covering that. And then online retailer delivery Thanksgiving week, which was good. Okay, up next, YouTube. Theme day of the week videos continued. I did at least one sweet and or savory eats video each day, filmed and published same day. Hypothetical wedding planning, and there is a playlist, and I'll link the playlist in the video description. I did a vlog slideshow with text translations and overlays from when I moved to South Africa in 2012, so that was Sunday last week, as well as when I moved to Albany, California in 2016, and that one included a video clip as well as the other mentioned slideshow of pictures with text transitions and overlays. All right, up next, reading Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen, 1813, the Penguin Classics, 2008 published edition, hardcover. Read pages 1 through 28. Started the book. Let's see how much time I have on this. I have a little bit of time. So here's the book. For me, this is like, it's an interesting book. They talk about at the beginning. I read a little bit and then got really turned off, so I just decided to start the book. This book is derived from the first edition, the 1813 first edition by Jane Austen, which makes me concerned. Why is it not just the book itself? As a writer myself, I'm like, it's kind of disrespectful to Jane Austen to not just publish the original book as was. I'm not even a fan, and I'm a little like, just give me the original, right? And not like the original, just like print it how it was originally printed. Be like, I don't know, as a writer in wannabe author, autobiography, like, respect the person, just publish the original. Mistakes and all, because as I've learned in life, a lot of people will say, you made a mistake, and I'll be like, no, that's actually what I meant. So, you know, the know-it-alls of today and Penguin Classics go, she made mistakes, so we're going to take them out. You know, no! It probably wasn't a mistake. You dingoes. But not dingoes. Dingoes are good animals. Okay, and then it's been an interesting read so far in the sense of a lot of the social structures that exist in this book no longer exist to this day. And it's like set in England, and I'm English, Irish, and Scottish by ancestral origins, as well as some other stuff. But there's something in here where they talked about getting the Scottish and Irish heirs, like as in perspectives from those peoples, and I was just like, well, that's alive and well. Everybody wants feedback from people from a different culture these days. I don't know if it was a fad back then, but it was brought up, right? This is early 1800s, which is kind of interesting. Did the culture conveyed in the book die because people stopped seeking feedback from their own people? I don't know. Okay, but a lot of the social structure, or some of the social structures that I've covered thus far, are kind of like just because they're gone from society doesn't mean it's good they're gone from society. And in fact, society might be doing a whole lot better if we hadn't gotten rid of some of the cultural traditions of the past. Like dancing as a form of like pastime, right? Like instead of consumption, it's like energy expenditure. Right? There's like, it's a much more sustainable social kind of thing than like rave dancing with alcohol or in mass turnover and clothing and stuff, right? Because they would have their dancing dresses and so okay. All right. Next one, finances. Paid my Washington State Mayflower Society dues for 2024, and I paid via Intuit QuickBooks, which I don't know if I've paid through before. It was pretty good. I will kind of leave it there because I've got a little bit longer on some of the other stuff. But it was like I got an email notification from them once I had paid, but I didn't actually put my email in, which was kind of cool because it means they had a different email for like the person I was making the payment to, like the institution. So it means it went to the institution, and then the institution like had the email, and I got an email confirmation from, I think it was Intuit QuickBooks, but like it's a way of me knowing that the entity I was paying got the payment. So I thought that was kind of cool. All right. Current sweet and or savory eats video funds, including gas expenses, is at $145.94. Spent $42.84 since the fund was at $188.76 on Sunday, 19 November 2023, last Sunday. There was 9 videos, 24 products, and 0 gas fueling. Yeah, and I did this time count the English muffin, peanut butter, and hazelnut spread as 3 products. All right, up third category, last one, physical health. So weight gain is showing, but maintenance / weight loss / weight regulation is going well. Yes, today's day 3 on 3 consecutive days on diet. Then do a maintenance day, do like another 3 days. So I gained some weight, but I've also lost some weight. And so the net, a little bit of weight gain, but it's going well on getting it under control. Which is good for the holidays. I'm proud of myself. Okay, I reached 31 consecutive days of making my workouts, which is the longest streak for me, Tanis Coralee Leonhardi, since I moved back to Washington State in October / November 2019. Yes. Sorry, I am checking this a lot. Okay, we won't elaborate, but it's been good. Okay, running made my workout 5 out of 5 days. Workouts 5 out of 5 days. Rowing made my workout 6 out of 6 days. Strength training made my workout 6 out of 6 days. Cleaning house / yard work, I made all my workouts, which was 2 days. And stationary bicycle, I made my workout 1 day. Hey. Good week physically. Yes. And in conclusion, it was a good week. It was fun to see family and a lot of dogs. Links in the video descriptions. I'll mention here health and wellness check-ins playlist, Lucky Wallaby Courier playlist, Savory Eats playlist, Sweet Eats playlist, my playlist for my first wedding, whether it does or does not come to be, my moving playlist, and then navigating my retirement account playlist, because that's where funding for a number of these sweet and or savory eats videos and some of the other videos as well, as applicable, comes from currently. Some of it, partially. All right, happy week of wellness whenever you are viewing this. And happy week of good health whenever you are viewing this.